Hi, it's James. And I just want to share my story on testicular cancer. It's not a fun one to have, that's for sure. But I had a period about when I was 30 years old, about 6 months, my right ball was the size of a softball. And if you hit it with a marble, it felt like somebody was stabbing me with a knife. That's how much it hurt. And I went to the doctor. And the doctor sent me right away to the hospital. Didn't give me any explanation. He called the hospital and said, "Get to the hospital now." He said he called the physician there and they wanted to look at it. So they brought me to the CAT scanner and scanned my ball sack and my body. And it was testicular cancer, which can happen to anybody. It doesn't matter if you're 20 or 40, but it's painful. They cut you from the belly up, right, right by your belly button, and they pull the ball sack out from the belly button. You only need one ball if you want to create kids. And it's tough as a man having people play with your balls. And when I was in the surgery room, they had about 5 young females just watching the surgery. They wanted to watch and they asked me for permission. I'm like, just give me the nitrous oxide, knock me out. I don't care who watches. And when I was I had to go to pre-op and they had this thing like a deodorant stick where they do an exam and it goes through the computer. And I had a male nurse with this deodorant stick put my balls on a table and he was checking it for whatever's going on in there. And it was no fun whatsoever. And, if you're a man, don't be afraid to get your balls checked. Like it's if they hurt, it might be blue balls. Sometimes you have blue balls, but if they hurt, go to the doctor. And it's not a fun thing to have, and it can cause a lot of problems once they have you cancers. Fortunately, I'm doing okay right now. 10 years later, they told me to come back, and if you get radiation, that's no fun either. They put like a brass canister around your one ball sack, then they radiate you and spin you around in a machine for the radiation. And it's no fun. No fun at all. But at the end of the day, I'm lucky to be alive because this shit kills a lot of people. That's for sure. But if whatever age you are, if your nutsack is in pain, get it looked at. It really sucks as a man to have somebody playing with your balls. I was getting my balls massaged with this thing like a deodorant stick, and they were looking at the computer trying to see what it was, and oh God, it sucked balls. And the funniest part was, my buddy came into the same hospital, and we looked at each other, and I told him why I was there. I'm not a liar. And he says it hurts when he's doing the fun sexies. And I'm like, whoa, I couldn't do that at the time. But I told him why I was there. I'm like, my ball sack's the size of fucking a baseball. But get it checked out. If you have a little bit of pain in there, it can save you a life. It hurts. It's a lot of pain when they cut you open. And they told me after they cut me out and woke me up, I'm going to walk like a little bit right-sided because I took my right ball out. And it takes your balance off. And they were lying. I should have probably used a crutch. I was walking limp mode and walking to one side because you're out of balance internally. It's really weird. But take care of yourself if you have problems with your ball sack because it can cause major problems if you don't take care of it. And, depending on your situation, on how old you are, what your age is, and what you want to do, don't care. Just do not care. If it hurts, get it looked at. Trust me. It sucks as a man that about 90% of the time there's a man looking at it, a doctor, and that sucks and it's embarrassing, but just do it. Just do it. Get it done. I'm glad I got it done. I'm not no angel. I smoked, drank. I worked in a factory for a long time, and I might deserve it, but I got it fixed, and I've been cancer-free for 10 years. And they told me the cancer would come back in 5. It never did. Never did whatsoever. I'm tired a lot. That's because I put up with my wife. But that happens to everybody, I think. I'm not sure. I've only been married 10 years. But anyways, I hope I give you a little knowledge in this video if your ball sack's bigger than usual and it hurts. Because having a big ball and a ball that hurts is no fun for anybody. Trust me. And when my ball came out, I felt so better. I could actually put my underwear on and not be in pain, put my underwear on. And it felt so good. For 3 months I suffered in pains. They put me on the pain meds, but other than that, it's not bad. And I didn't have coverage from the place I worked. They can put a fake plastic golf ball in your sack. So if you have a wife or a woman, your balls will look like you have 2. But I didn't have the coverage, so I didn't have 2 balls that looked like I had 2 balls. But nobody even noticed that I've been with in my life that I only had 1 ball. So I got a big ball sack. So it was okay. But yeah, just keep your balls safe, for sure. James out.